Hi everyone. I had an idea to do a reading on top of this unfinished painting, and I'm going to do that. This is kind of a different reading than I've done for a while because I don't like to say negative things about people, like at all, because I liked all my readings to be reflexive or like meaning that like it could be used for you or someone else. So like I don't want you to be hearing that you're like this awful person, but I'm getting this energy of this like stink. Like it's sorry. Not like I'm literally smelling something, but like it's like it's just like something's not right. Like it's almost like there's like a dead squirrel in your wall, and it's like this person that you're dealing with or that you've dealt with, and you're thinking about how they treated you and how wrong they are. And I think it's pretty recent. And I think also this person, I think you gave them the benefit of the doubt because I think at one point you had the upper hand is what I'm trying to say here. So this is not a reflexive reading. This is definitely not about you. This is definitely about a specific person who hurt your feelings and hurt you. Okay, so we're gonna get some info. So why was this person such a meanie? Deception. This person was deceiving you in the relationship, in the interaction. They were not truthful with their true feelings. Let's get some more info on that. This person was very much sort of asleep in their life, and when you entered for whatever reason, it sort of brought up heartbreak. So I guess they felt broken in their lives, and like maybe you had conversations together, maybe you were in a period of a break in your life when you knew this person, like some sort of interim period, but they were heartbroken before you got there, and something in their life, maybe they were like already going through a divorce or like a breakup. Okay, what else here? Nine of Joy. This person was in some sort of like depression when you knew them, and they acted like the 3 and the 9. I feel like there was like something, what's missing there from the math pattern is the 6. So I feel like the 6 is Venus, so there was tenderness missing from how they interacted. Like their affect may have been like cold or harsh at times, and you didn't understand like why, and you tried not to take it personally, but I think it really affected you. I think this person, without the 6 there, they may have like said cruel things. Let's get some whys. Like why? Page of Wands. This person feels like, to me, the Page of Wands I'm going to read here is immaturity. Okay. And also could be some anger issues, like maybe stemming from childhood. And with this swing, I want to say, like, there's this skeleton is teetering on a swing. I want to say that they are childlike, but also that they feel beneath you. I hate to say that. Like, they are on a different plane than you are right now. Like you're swinging above them, and they're not moving. They're stagnant on their swing, and also they're like holding on to something here. So I'll get back to that. Get some more info about their behavior and why they were so mean to you, and why it sounds like, said mean things to you. This person's very stressed. They may have had other people in their life that were like really abusing them, actually, in certain ways. I think that you may have like missed a major piece of the interaction here. That this person, with the 5, it's a group. I think this person's stressed, but I think they also fight with people. I think they're combative. I think they have issues about control. I think that they have bad communication issues, and I think that you weren't used to that kind of thing, and you stayed in the dynamic as long as you could, and I think they pushed you out, actually, because you were like, I'll take this, that's fine. And they were like, I think they couldn't watch themselves talk to you like that. They were like, I don't think this person's getting it, this is the ace, this is about being alone. They wanted you to go, whether this was whatever relationship it was. They're like, I don't think this person gets it, that like, I just want them out of my life. And you were like trying to make it work somehow, even with this abusive tendency they had. And so they're like, is that a cricket, or I don't know if it's a praying mantis on top, but praying mantises eat the heads of their husbands, at least the female insects do. Obviously this is death here, but it's like, you felt like, whether this is a man or a woman, like they ate you alive. You were like vulnerable, because they do that after intercourse, the little ladybugs, the woman bugs, I mean. It's like, you felt, you just felt like they ate your head off. Okay, and let's get some about your feelings though, because I want to know why you were a match to this situation. You felt like, I think you were going through a breakup, but also I think that you felt like this relationship ending was like a breakup, even though I don't think you dated this person. Or, you could be, but it feels more like a passing relationship that you had. It could have been like you went on a couple dates and realized they were a jerk and they were saying mean things, and you were like, all right. I think also here, you're like a very sweet person, and I think you've overgiven a lot in relationships. And I think this person, you're like obsessing about how okay, here's what it is. I think you're very intuitive, and you were seeing the like red flags, and you were like, oh, I'm gonna like create situations where they show me how bad they are. I don't think that they actually acted that bad, but I think that was a little effed up of you, honestly, because I'm sorry, I don't mean to say that I hate, this is one thing I do hate about readings, is that they always give the viewer the benefit of the doubt, and sometimes the viewer needs to be a little bit like, not admonished, but like, like they liked you, I guess here is what we're getting, in a romantic way. And you were like, I just need to be free and like fly away from this situation. You were like, I don't want to be, maybe they felt like stifling to you, like you felt like you were in the role of like a child, like you were their daughter or something if it was a man. And this is like, you were just like, no, I gotta go fly free, like, yeah. And so I don't think you were aware that they liked you like that, actually. Let's see some more info about that dynamic. Yeah. I think maybe you are a father, or if you're a woman, then you have an interesting relationship with your father that is problematic, maybe, since we got Ace of Water reversed below the fire. It's like the father wasn't emotionally available, right? Or if you're a father, you're not, maybe you don't feel emotionally available. Maybe you could be a father with father wounds here, is what I'm getting. But if you're not, it could just be that you have like a difficult relationship with the father, okay? And Two of Fire will. So I want to say this is you, and this is the other person. The other person is like, they're really strong-willed, actually, and they were like at this precipice point in their life where they were like, do I choose happy or sad, basically? And you somehow saw the tail end of that choice. And also they were thinking about their garden, how they could like grow their money and like get stuff. They were like really focused on that. And then I think you just clashed. Let's see a little info about, it's like father wound here, or father stuff, and then like personal goals. think you were blinded by your own personal goals. And I think, let's see, what were your feelings towards this person before it turned sour? What were your feelings towards them before it turned sour? You felt Six of Earth. You felt like it was, like, you were somehow giving too much to them. Like, it was one-sided charity. And also, grandfather. You felt something about this dynamic brought up generational issues for you. Like, not just your, I said father wounds, but I think like there's like actually older wounds. And like, you did have some sort of breakthrough with realizing, okay, here, it's actually that this person could not give to you, okay? So it was somehow one-sided, that like, whatever the dynamic was, like they couldn't emotionally give to you, and you felt frustrated. But I don't think that that's personal. I think this person was like, I'm trying to think of a metaphor because I can feel the energy and I just can't think of the words. It's almost like I'm seeing this person go through a birth, okay? And you know, when you're going through that, I don't know what it means. Like, it's some sort of like spiritual birth in their life, like a rebirth, like a phoenix rising. And it's like, when that happens, it's so intense that like, if someone's around to watch it, they're just gonna maybe get caught in some of the crossfires here. So I'm saying this person is like going through or has been going through a deep healing. And you got caught in some of that negativity. And maybe actually even if you're someone who's being healed, maybe they watched your healing and they were like, it brought up stuff for them. Okay. That felt really resonant in my heart space. So I don't know if you're healing from something, or maybe you have a medical issue, but talking about it and them watching you heal was very triggering for them, because they have things from their past that are like super, it feels unhealable. It feels like they can't fix it. It feels like something that they may have like told few people, and like they don't know how to process it, and they've tried to like brush it under the rug, but you may have even learned some of these things about them. Like you may have like been one of the few people, but it wasn't like processed. It wasn't whatever they told you, because I'm getting this is like a talk relationship. It wasn't dealt with in any like internal way. It was like being realized, okay? And so Santa Muerte. So it had to like end this relationship, because they were like, oh, I have this new awareness of my life, of my situation. And honestly, I think you did too. So I don't want you to frame as much their meanness as, I want to frame it more as dysfunction and like fear. I think I'm just sensing fear. I think this person has some like extreme stuff going on that you really don't understand. They've been through like the ringer in their life somehow. And yeah, like they acted badly. I'm not trying to make you like feel better about this. Like I'm hearing them like say some really cutting things, and like you didn't deserve that. And also I think you had some pretty good comebacks that weren't cutting. They were like, here's why you're a dick, basically, or here's why you're a B word. No, I mean, I don't think you said those things. I think you were like, I rise above this. Like, I don't accept what you say. Or you just like, if this is a cross-watcher and you're feeling like I'm describing your behavior, then, you know, it's okay. Like, it's okay to have that awareness, like, that sometimes we act badly. But, like, yeah, somebody was cut out here. I still don't really understand the dynamic. I just want to do, again, like, you versus them, and then I'm going to end. So you were, like, obsessed with money somehow. And I don't even know if you really had much, but you were, like, just... I think maybe someone was pressuring you to be financially flushed, and you were like seeing the like limits of what you were doing. You were like, we have to hold on tight to what we have because it's not enough, and somehow also your feelings were what you were holding on to, your stuff, your pain. And then And then they somehow brought small medicine wheel. Okay, it's like their mean comments pushed you to say no more. It's like their abusive stuff pushed you to heal those little, because this is small healing, which is like daily healing. This is like, but the small turns the wheel for the big, okay? And so it's like, see how they're both circles? It's like pain brings unity, okay? It's like you saying no more brought like peace. I just feel like I want to cry. Oh my god, it feels right. It feels like, and it feels like boundaries, and it feels like, I believe you. Like, I think that there's some maybe he said she said stuff, and you're like, there's no witness, like there's nobody that like I can like, it's just me hearing what they said, and it's like unfair, and it's like, I mean, not like you're gonna go to like court and say, hey, this person was mean. Like, you can't, unless it's like death threats or something. There's really not what you can do. But Mother of Water. Yeah, you were like, you were almost, I see you're like, maybe you have some Libra in the chart, or even just like some opposition to Libra, which would be like Aries stuff. And you're like, you just like felt like it was more, rather than how this person treated you, you were like, this person can't treat others this way, okay? You were like, this is not right. Like, I don't approve of how they talk to people. Yeah, and I would say this person has a lot of work to do on themselves. And like, I mean, I don't know. I would watch this reading and I don't relate to having treated anyone this way. So, like, some of my readings, I listen to them and I'm like, okay, this could be about me. Like, I could be the bad guy here, but I pride myself on not name-calling people, not insulting them, and not ghosting them. I think that's horrid behavior. So, I don't know why I'm saying that. I think it's just because, like, I want you to know that, like, I don't know. I don't condone this kind of stuff, and I'm not trying to, like, say it's okay. And I want to get just 6 of air reversed clarity. So if it's reversed, it's like, I want to just read it as you got mega clarity. Like, you got extreme clarity by leaving this situation. Oh, and there's our 6, because in the beginning I was like, well, there's no 6. There was a 3 and a 9. The 6th, the final piece here, what was missing is your clarity, is that you were like, oh, A plus B equals C. Rude dude who has or woman who, like, has no self-control, like, says cruel things, equals me hurting. And then you were like, oh, I don't like this math problem anymore. But this person, I think they actually have learned that, like, some of the stuff they said was, like, crossing the line, and they do realize that you're, like, right. And I think you stood up to them in some way and said, at least maybe verbally or written, you were like, you can't behave this way, you can't talk to people like this. And I think this person was very hurt that you stood up for yourself that way, but you were just, in your mind, you were just like, this is a necessary path that we're going on, is me telling you the truth of how I feel. Okay, and I also think this person was very hurt in general, and that's why they attacked you verbally. I think they were hurt by your abandonment. I'm gonna get a final closing card from Spirit. 6 of Pentacles, another 6. It's funny. So this is about, the just equal give and take when it's upright. It's like charity, but like, I think you're looking for a situation that's more like back and forth, and this just isn't it. And this person has, what I'm getting mostly is they have some extreme childhood trauma or wounds that you were at one point a match to because of your trauma, and then you have done some extreme healing work, and you grew beyond that. And then I think also this person is doing their own healing that's in a different way than you. It's like they're on their own healing journey is what I'm going to say, and it has to do with going to some really dark places first maybe in a couple of years you meet up again and it's like, oh, they're like healed and they like are sorry, but that's not who they are right now. Right now they're in a dark space and they're on their, and sometimes, yeah, I'm not going to say they're not on their healing journey, because sometimes when we go on our healing journey, we've got to go through some really tough feelings, and we may become a different person for a while, you know? And I'm seeing that that's where this person is. It's like, they're not fun to be around. They're not, you know, you want someone who can give back to you. And I do want to just get one more. Oh yeah, this is about that. This is reverse. It's about not balancing the give and take. When it's upright, it's like equal balance of finance, of things, and just of care, I would think, which is like a physical thing that we give to others, you know? It's like a love language. And I do see that coming for you. And the butterfly, it's like a rebirth and rejuvenation and just like moving beyond this painful relationship that I think honestly may have gone on for 6 years since we kept getting the 6. It could also be a multiple of 6, like, I don't know, 24, 6 times 4 is 24. It could also be like in the past 6 months you've realized it's not working. But I just feels like a long-term relationship now that I'm done with the reading. In the beginning I was like, oh, I don't know if this is, like, I don't think you dated this person, but it's either a long-term relationship or somebody that you, okay, it's either a long-term relationship that you're just realizing this like way of talking to people is like not okay, and you're like, oh, I'm just realizing I've been verbally abused for this long, or it's a passing relationship where you were like, this is just ridiculous, this way this person behaves. But either way, this person does care about you. They're just in a dark place on their own. And it's like, you can't take that personally. And it's also like you need to shield yourself and move on. And that's the reading.